Welcome back to another Advancing Car video, and welcome to the new Audison VOCE 2 speaker range. We thought we'd do a nice little unboxing and a looking at these because obviously they're brand new, and if you're big into your audio and things like that, you've probably known about these for quite a while now because they've been, everyone's been looking forward to them, and there's already been a few people who have had them and fitted them into some stuff and done reviews on them. But we thought we'd join the party because we also love looking at nice speakers and nice audio gear. So let's get into them and have a chat about these speakers. Right, this is the 6.5 inch component Midbase. It's a really good looking speaker, I think you'll probably agree. And there's been various little changes and improvements that have been made since the previous iteration of VOCEs. A couple of them mainly being the roll surround has been altered, so that allows for more excursion of the cone, which then means that the speaker is able to have a far better bass response and also play a deeper bass as well, which is going to just add to your mid bass in your system, which is what I think a lot of systems kind of tend to lack. They struggle with that mid bass range. It's very easy to have big punchy subs that plumb the depths sort of thing, and very high crisp tweeters, but mid range is where a lot of stuff kind of falls down, and so these are going to really work well in that mid range of frequency. Another thing that Audison have done is they've now made like an OEM factory style plug connection setup, so then they can be, it's a proper plug that can be plugged into them, so it's a real good firm fixture there. You haven't got to deal with crimps or soldering, things like that. They can be installed with far more ease and things like that. When it comes to installing them as well, in the box comes with a foam ring gasket that can be stuck on, and also you'll notice that I haven't actually got any crossovers here for these components. That's because in the system that we're fitting these in, we're going to be running a fully active system with an Audison VOCE amp, so that's a DSP amplifier, which means we're going to have full control of all the components that we're fitting for tuning and setting our crossovers and things. But if you were going to have just a fully passive system in your car, you'd then be able to run the beautiful Audison crossovers that come with these components, and they can be bought as a set when you're deciding what you're going to be getting. So yeah, I think you'll agree that these are a really nicely designed, gorgeous looking speaker, and I'm quite excited to get them in and give them a listen. So here we've got the 1.1 inch tweeter. It's a very sweet looking little thing, and this has been designed so it has a better frequency range. So it's able to play right up to 40 kilohertz, which allows it to be certified for high-res audio, which is, as an important certificate to have on your speakers. But it's also been made that it's able to play lower down towards the kind of mid-range. So what that's then doing is giving an overall warmer feel to that mid-range of the system, which is something that Audison is kind of known for, giving it a real nice pleasant experience for listening. When it comes to installing the speaker, another thing, as with the factory style plugs on the mid-bass and things, and also the coaxials, which we'll get onto, the tweeters has had the same kind of things done with it. So it's got a factory style OEM kind of plug going on, which allows for a better, more reliable connection when it comes to installing. And also what they've done is they've provided different systems for ways that the tweeter can be mounted. So you've got this very pretty grille that sits on, and you could have this kind of flush mounted or tucked away. They've also got another grille here, which is similar to the older style VOCE grill actually, or also maybe the Thesis one. So you could have this one on display as well, or they've got another separate bezel which can then be used to mount in behind the scenes in a more factory location. So they've tried out a real versatility in terms of how all these new speakers are fitted, and also with these plugs giving a real nice reliable way of connecting them into the system. Right, so then the 6.5-inch coaxial. This is a really pretty speaker. I think having everything all mounted in, all in one speaker, that's a lovely thing right there. It's beautiful. So with these 6.5-inch woofer, as with the mid bases of the components, but then we've then got a 1-inch tweeter that's just tucked away right down in the middle there. With these, again, working in that, making it easier to install and a nicer thing to use, but also adding versatility. What they've then done is they've given two separate factory kind of OEM style plugs, which obviously you'll notice is this is the same as the plug that's on the back of the component woofer, and then this is the same as the plug that's on the tweeters. It allows for the speaker to be run fully in an active system off a DSP, so you've got full control of all components going on. Or if you aren't running a DSP, as I said before, and you're running a passive system, you can then use the crossovers that come with. So obviously, as with previous iterations, you get your separate woofer crossover and your separate tweeter crossover, which just allows for a fully passive system. So again, going along with that versatility of fitting and installing in a vehicle, they've really worked hard to design the whole new range of Voce 2s to make them as reliable to install and easy to fit in as many applications as possible, really. And again, as always with all Ordis and stuff, it's really good looking kit. So yes, it's all going to be fitting in behind the scenes, but you want to be able to see it as well, I suppose. So yeah, that's the Voce 2s. Gorgeous looking speakers. I'm really looking forward to seeing how these sound, and I'll now just have a little let you in on what we're fitting them in, and what we're going to be running them from. This is a good looking table right now. This is nice to sit in front of. So what all of this is going into, we've got a customer who has a T5.1 transporter. It's an older vehicle, but he's had it for a good long time now, and he absolutely loves it. It's really well cared for. Paintwork is lovely on it. He's got some gorgeous BBS wheels on it, and because he loves using it and spending time in it, he wants to improve the sound system, obviously. So he's having a whole range of sound deadening done. We're doing the floor, we're doing the inner and outer doors, doing the whole back end where the coaxials are going, and yeah, he just wanted a system that could be tuned and tweaked and play everything he wants to listen to, but play it pristinely. And when we told him about the Voce 2s and things, and that they'd come out, he was really excited. I think because he could tell we were excited to hopefully get them and fit them in and run them. So what's it all running off? Tell you what, let's start off with 10-inch sub to go with the speakers. 10-inch sub is going in. Lovely shallow mount sub. This is always been a real nice, powerful looking speaker. It's a big old beast, isn't it? Real weighty bit of kit, and it's lovely. So this is going to be going in and obviously taking care of all that, everything that's low end and really punching hard. And this is a single voice coil, purely because of the amp, the DSP amp that we've chosen. The channels we're going to be using, we've gone to bridge the channels 7 and 8, so that we're just using the to work with the single voice coil. So that'll work a treat, and we can get doing everything we want it to do. So controlling it all is the Forza M8.14. This is a DSP amp, so it means that everything can be fully tuned and tweaked and controlled. Now up front, we're going to be having the components all running completely active. As I said, they're going to be running off the first 4 channels, but then due to the number of channels this has, we're then going to run the coaxials with their crossovers, allowing, we'll still have decent control over them, but they're not going to be running as a fully active speaker. And then, as I just said, we'll have channels 7 and 8 running the sub. Now, obviously, budget dependent. You could have an amp that then is running the sub separately, which would then free up channels and things. But obviously, you've got to work in the confines of people's budgets and stuff. But this is going to really work well to power everything, and it's going to sound pretty stunning, I reckon. And then just for controlling everything, switching between presets and things, subwoofer control and things like that. We then got the little bit controller, which we've been asked to try and fit as tucked away as possible, because this customer has asked if we can have everything as kind of sneakily fitted as possible. It's going to be tricky with that with the Halo 11 that we're also fitting. That's going to stick out like a bit of a sore thumb, but he's fine with that. He's happy with that, and that's going to be a lovely source for feeding all of this. But the bit controller, we're aiming actually to have tucked away in the glove box. I'm going to find a nice way of getting that tucked away, because then when you look into the van, you're going to see the Halo, but it's when you then sit in and he turns it on that you're then going to go, this sounds pretty stunning. So yeah, that's kind of it really. This is the kit we're fitting into the 5.1. Obviously, we're going to do a video on the 5.1 as and when it's done and things like that. But we're really excited to hear these new Voce 2s, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Yeah, just really nice kit to unpack and have a look at and get excited about. So make sure you like and subscribe. Keep watching all our other videos, and look out for the Transporter 5.1 video that will be coming out soon. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.